Hello friends, welcome back to DevOps Net. In this video, we are going to talk about how to deploy jar to Tomcat using GitLab CI Pipeline. And in my previous video, I have explained how to deploy war to Tomcat using GitLab CI Pipeline. And in this video, we are going to discuss how to deploy jar to Tomcat using GitLab CI Pipeline. So let's start. So firstly, you need to install GitLab Runner on your AWS EC2 instance. So you need an instance. So you can see here, I have already created instance with the name Tomcat Maven. And now let's start. So firstly, we need to install GitLab Runner. So for that, firstly, go to the official page of GitLab Runner to install latest version of GitLab Runner. So you can see here, this is the official page of GitLab Runner. And if you scroll down, here you can see the first step, add the official GitLab repository. For that, for Ubuntu, you can see here the command. So now copy the command and paste in your terminal. So you can see here I'm using Mobile Extreme to connect my Ubuntu terminal. So you can see the repository is set up and you can now install packages. So now it's done. So let's check the next step. So the next step is install the latest version of GitLab Runner. Here you can see. Now for Ubuntu, you can see the command. Now it's done. Now clear the screen. And now if you want to check the details of your GitLab Runner, then you can run the command sudo GitLab -runner -version. So you can see a version and all details of your GitLab Runner. Now if you want to check the status of your GitLab Runner, then run the command GitLab Runner status. So you can see a GitLab Runner service is running. Now it's done. Clear the screen and let's check the next step. So it's done. So the next step is add GitLab Runner, add user in root using below command. So firstly, you need to run the command sudo vsudo. And here you can see user privilege specification. So here you need to add these two lines. That means GitLab Runner and Ubuntu. This Ubuntu means your user. And paste in below root. Now save the file and exit. Now the next step is register GitLab Runner. So before register GitLab Runner, you need to create one repository in your GitLab account. So here you can see my GitLab account and this is my repository with the name Tomcat Maven. And in my repository, I have few files. You can see here. So firstly, you need to create repository, then we are going to register GitLab Runner. So now the next step is register GitLab Runner. So if you go to the official page of GitLab Runner and if you scroll down, here you can see the fourth step, GitLab register a runner. So click on register a runner. Now here, if you scroll down, you can see the command for Linux. Here you can see. Now copy the command to register GitLab runner and paste here. Now it will ask, you can see, enter the GitLab instance URL, for example, like this. So for that, go to your GitLab account and click on settings, then CI CD. Then here you can see the option runner. So click on expand. And here if you scroll down, you can see register a runner with this URL. So copy this URL and paste in your terminal. Then it will ask the registration token. So you can see the registration token here. Then enter a description for the runner. So here I will assign my runner. Then enter tags for the runner. So DevOps. Then enter an executor. So here I will choose shell. Now you can see the message runner registered successfully. So let's check. So refresh the page. Now click on expand. So you can see our runner, my runner. Now sometimes they give us error. The solution is click on edit. And here check the indicates whether this whether this runner can pick jobs without tags. Then save changes. So now it's done. So let's take the next step. Register runner successfully. So the next step is install OpenJDK on Ubuntu 20.04 LTS. So firstly, you need to update your system package. Now clear the screen, and now we are going to install OpenJDK, that means Java. Now you can see it's done. So let's check the version of Java. So run the command java -version. So you can see here the version 11.0.13. So now clear the screen, and now let's check the next step. So the next step is install Maven on Ubuntu 20.04 LTS. So firstly, you need to update your system package. And now we are going to install Maven. So run this command. So I can say yes. So now it's done. So clear the screen first and let's check the next step. So the next step is downloading latest Apache Maven. So for that, firstly you need to inside your TMP, and then we are going to install using this command. Now we need to extract this file using tar command. Then the next step is create a link for Apache Maven directory to update the Maven versions. So for that, we need to run this command. Then the second step is set up Apache Maven environment. So for that, run this command and add these 4 lines in this particular directory. Now save the file and exit. Now the next step is give the executable permission using this command. Now clear the screen, and the next step is load the environment variable. And now it's done. Now let's check the Maven version here or details of Maven. So we can see here the Maven version and all. Now clear the screen and let's check the next step. So the next step is install Tomcat. So firstly, run this command to create Tomcat user. Enter below command to create user in Tomcat group with this particular directory permission. So for that, now we are going to run this command. Okay. Now the next step is install Tomcat 10. For that, if you want to install the latest version of Tomcat, then you can go to the official page of Tomcat. In download section. And here, if you scroll down, here you can see in core tar.gz. So copy the link address and now we are going to install it using wget and paste the link. Now you can see here it's done. Now we are going to extract this file using tar command. Here you can see the command. Now clear the screen and let's check the next step. So the next step is set the proper permission, file permissions. For that, run these 2 commands to set proper permission. Now it's done. Now the next step is create Tomcat user using this command, and in this directory we need to add these lines for password or username. Now you can see here this is the username and password for manager and admin also. Now save the file and exit. Now the next step is enable remote Tomcat access here and comment the IP section. So Now here firstly run this command, and you can see we need to comment the IP section from here to here. Now save the file and exit. Same for this also. Comment the IP section. From here to here. Now save the file and exit, and now clear the screen. Now let's take the next step. So the next step is create system diff unit file using this command. So firstly run this command. And now we are going to add these lines in that particular directory. And now save the file and exit. Now the next step is reload the system service. So run these commands to reload system. Then we need to start our Tomcat service. Then here you can see if there are no errors, you can enable the Tomcat service to be automatically started at the system startup. For that, if you want, then you can run the command. Now, if you want to check the status of your Tomcat service, then run the command. So you can see here active running. Now it's done. Now let's take the next step. So the next step is creating variables inside GitLab. For that, you need to go to your GitLab repository here, and here if you click on settings, then go to CI CD. Then here you can see the option variables. So click on expand, and here we need to add two variables. So click on add variable. So the first variable is SSH private key. So here you can see our private key. So copy the private key and paste in the value section. And here you need to remove this protect variable flag, and then click on add variables. Now the next variable is EC2 IP address. So this is your instance IP. So copy your instance IP and paste in value section, and remove protect variable flag, then add variables. So now it's done. Now let's take the next step. So the next step is creating GitLab CI YML file using below command. So firstly, go to your GitLab account, then click on repository, then files. Now here, click on this plus icon, then click on new file. Now enter a name GitLab CI YML, and now firstly here we are going to run our that only first job, build job. So now we are going to run only build job. So you can see here in stage we have only one job with the name build, and here you can see maven build, and in script mvn package -b, and in artifacts part target, and in target.jar file. Now click on commit changes. And now let's check the pipeline. So you can see here our pipeline is running. So wait for few seconds. You can see it's running. Now you can see here our job succeed. You can see the message job succeed. So let's check our jar file is created or not. So here firstly, now let's check our jar file is created or not. So here simply run the command cd home GitLab hyphen runner, then ls, then inside build, then ls, then this is your runner id, then inside this, then ls, then this is your username and GitLab username, then your project name Tomcat Maven, then ls, then inside target. Now here you can see the jar file Tomcat Maven snapshot.jar. Now we need to this path, so run the command pwd, and now we are going to run the add this second job deploy. Here you can see the deploy. So firstly, you can see the Tomcat Maven .jar file. We are going to deploy this jar file from here to here. We are going to deploy this Tomcat jar file, copy from here to here to from here to here. So now for that we are going to run this second job with the name deploy. So now copy the code and go to your repository, then files, then click on GitLab CI that means your pipeline, and now here click on pipeline editor. Then now we are going to add our second stage, deploy, and here also. Now you can see here we need to add this path. That our jar file created. Then slash and our name of our jar file. And here you need to paste your server IP, that means your instance IP. And now click on commit changes. Now let's check the pipeline. So you can see our first job build, it's running. So wait for a few seconds. So you can see Maven build job passed. So now our deploy stage running. So let's take the, you can see here permission denied to this particular directory. So copy the directory, and now here run the command sudo chmod 777 -r and then paste the directory. And now let's click on retry. Now you can see the message job succeed. So let's check our jar file deployed or not. So go to the opt, then ls, then inside Tomcat, then ls, then web apps. Now here you can see the jar file, tomcat maven snapshot.jar. That means it's successfully deployed. So in this video, we have learned how to deploy jar to Tomcat using GitLab CI Pipeline. So thank you for watching our video. I hope you like the video and it's helpful to you. So please like, share and subscribe our DevOps channel.